General James Jones, the President of American Turkish Business Roundtable. Welcome to TRT Haber.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Last time we sat down with you for an interview was in the year 2019. This time there was ATC, American Turkish Council,
right.
And now it turns into ATBR. So what is the difference between ATC and the American Turkish Business Roundtable?
Well, ATC was a very useful enterprise for many, many years. But it got to be very difficult, particularly as the political situation between our two governments got more difficult. And it seemed to me at the time that there was probably a better idea for ATC to merge with the U.S. Turkish Business Council in the Chamber.
Yeah.
And the Chamber agreed with that, and we agreed that this is probably a good time to merge the two. On the ATBR creation, this is not to be competitive with the Chamber or ATC, but to be complementary. ATBR can do things that the Chamber doesn't do. For example, helping Turkish companies establish themselves in the U.S. and the like. We want to restore the Turkish caucus to its on the Capitol Hill to its previous status, and we want to see the trade relations increase to a much higher level than it is now. I think we're at about 45 billion right now, but we want to double that.
Mm-hmm. Turkish American Business Council, TAİK, is the Turkey version of ATBR.
Correct.
So how is the collaboration between TAİK and ATBR now? I think a couple of months ago the TAİK delegation were in the DMV area, visited you, and can you please tell us about this meeting?
Yes, absolutely. As you know, the TAİK leadership changed recently, and my friend Murat is now the new head of TAİK, and we had a wonderful meeting here in Washington to agree on how we were going to interoperate and how we were going to build this new relationship. Again, being complementary to other existing relationships that are seeking to do good things in terms of restoring the traditional Turkish-U.S. relationships across the board.
Can you please give us some details about the agreement reached on 2024 between TAİK and ATBR joint action plan?
Well, we're working on the details right now. What we've done is we've had a handshake. We're going to do some very innovative things like sponsoring Turkish delegations to visit different parts of the United States, different regions, meet with governors, and to see if we can't increase the trade and the presence of Turkish companies in the U.S. and, as the Chamber does, increase the presence of American companies in Turkey as well.
Can you please tell us the areas of cooperation between the business people of Turkey and the United States in general? And my second question will be much more focused on technological and industrial cooperation.
And one of the things I've always admired about the Turkish private sector is not only do they do really good work, but they are also very rapid. And I've always admired the dexterity of the Turkish industrial base all over the world. We can learn from that. You know, from textiles to advanced military equipment, there's nothing that this partnership of two NATO countries could not achieve. Turkey is a very, very important country in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. The U.S. is also a very important country. But Turkey has the largest European army in the alliance. And so Turkey's strategic location geographically, Turkey's industrial base, which is vibrant and alive and very rapid, coupled with the U.S. capabilities and technology in particular, I think we have the basis of a resurgent partnership that will certainly help restore more peace and stability in the world.
By the way, Turkey's defense industry is growing very rapidly, especially in the last 5 or 10 years.
Right.
What do you make of it?
Well, I think that's a good thing. A good thing for the alliance. It's a good thing, for the Europeans. It's a good thing for the bilateral relationship with the United States. So, again, it just underscores how important Turkey is to our collective way of life and our democracies. And I'm hopeful that ATBR will contribute to that positive trend that we're seeing now.
Mm-hmm. What is the main reason for the two countries' business people increase the trade rapidly, especially in the last 5 years? The relations between Turkey and the United States, as you mentioned, wasn't so good until a couple of years ago.
Right.
But in the last couple of months, there were some deals, there were some achievements, and the relations warming up again. What is the main reason for increased trade very rapidly in the last couple of years?
Well, I can tell you that I'm a deep believer in the relationship between the public and private sectors of our governments, and in this case, Turkey and the United States. I think that the private sector of Turkey and the private sector of the United States working together can create a great deal of stability in this very unstable world that we live in, and would contribute to peaceful conditions and maybe even the resolution of ongoing wars. So Turkey's economy, Turkey's strategic location, Turkey's historical role, along with the role of the United States, that's a partnership that will be vital to solving many of the problems that we all face in the world.
Improving trade relations is such an important goal that will also help American and Turkish people get to know each other.
Yeah.
First of all, do you share this assessment?
I absolutely do. One of the things that was, when I was still in the military at NATO, my great friends in the Turkish military and I used to get together quite a bit, and we had very open discussions. And I remember back in 2006, I read a Turkish newspaper, but it was written in English, and it had results of a poll taken of the Turkish people with regard to their attitudes towards the U.S. And it was shocking to me to see that somewhat up near 70% of the Turkish people polled believed that the United States was an enemy of Turkey. During the 2003 Iraq War, Turkey's parliament denying U.S. access across the northern border of Turkey and Iraq. I know the reasons for all of that, and there was a great deal of misunderstanding. And there was a misunderstanding in Washington, and Washington reacted a certain way. It was unfortunately the wrong way, but it was really troubling to me to read in a newspaper that almost 70% of Turkish people polled believed that the United States was an enemy of Turkey. I think that we should learn from that, and I think our two governments should do whatever they can to re-educate our population as to why it is that it's very important that we restore the alliance to what it was, restore the mutual respect that we used to have, do more people-to-people exchanges. That's, to me, not difficult to do. I would like to see the Turkish caucus restored. There's still a list of members, but it's completely, as far as I know, it's fairly inactive. And it used to be one of the most powerful caucuses in Washington, and that's something that I think ATBR can be helpful in sponsoring and doing.
So it's fair to say that improving trade relations will help both peoples to overcome misunderstanding and prejudices against each other.
Exactly, yeah.
Your message to the American business people who are planning to invest or not yet invested in Turkey?
So to the Americans, I would say that you should actively think about the potential here. Turkey is a vibrant economy, it's a vibrant country, it's a member of NATO, democratic country. For American companies, think about investing in Turkey and setting up presence in Turkey is a very good idea.
Yeah. And what is your message to Turkish business people who are considering to invest in the United States? Because as we know that many of the Turkish business people are mostly in the East Coast, right?
Yeah. You don't always have to come to Washington and do everything. I think what we would like to do is sponsor Turkish companies to come in, small groups of maybe 5 or 10 and visit different other parts of the country where whatever it is they're producing would be a benefit to the region. And so I think it's a very exciting time for U.S.-Turkish trade relations and political relations as well.
James Jones, the head of the American Turkish Business Roundtable, thank you very much for joining us on TRT News.
That's my pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.